A presentation by Vilma Rodrigues, Founder and Chief Transformation Officer, Saahas Zero Waste. And let me tell you all a little bit about her. Of course, everybody knows, but then still, it's my responsibility that I say stuff. Vilma has had a diverse career path from being a tour guide and German language translator in the 80s to a business journalist in the 90s. And for the past 19 years, she has been a pioneer in the waste management industry. Saahas Zero Waste, an environmental and social enterprise, has over 20 years of experience in waste management, resource recovery, and social impact. She's been doing a great work. Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for her, as I request you to kindly show us your wonderful presentation. Thank you, and over to you.
So it's great that we are also now looking at waste management, because that is also now a critical problem across the country, and specifically in areas where there is a concentration of waste generated. Tech parks, apartment complexes, educational institutions. These are what we call bulk waste generators. And there is actually a regulation for the bulk generators which expects them now, as per municipal solid waste rules, to actually become entities of being zero waste. And when we say zero waste, we mean that you actually take care of all your waste so that it comes back to you in some form. And that is the new circular economy that we are now trying to build as part of our good sustainable practices. So we are an organization that has been a private limited, a social enterprise for the last 10 years, but our origins were 2001, when from an NGO, we then set up a second entity, which is today Saahas Zero Waste, that delivers services around converting campuses into becoming true zero centers. And there's one big what I'm going to be talking about in the next 2 minutes is our flagship program, which is the Zero Waste program, and we've done this in Bangalore, in a tech park called EcoWorld. So Bangalore today seems to be the flavor of the season, or rather the flavor of today. So it's good for me to take you through what's happening in Brookfields. The Brookfield Properties, which in Bangalore is on the outer ring road, and it's called EcoWorld. So Brookfields has a 7.2 million square feet of space, and there are about 10,000 people, 8,000, 10,000 people working there every day. They generate about 9,000 tons of waste, or rather 9 tons of waste every day, 9,000 kgs of waste, and they have a dedicated facility of 12,000 square feet in the campus itself. So that's how you actually can convert waste into resources. When you look at the types of waste that is generated, there is wet waste, which gets composted or goes into a biogas facility. And the composting facility, again, is on site itself. You do have some amount of technology today which helps you to make sure that that composting is acceptable. So you have shredders, you have a conveyor, you have a converter system, and it's all done in a way which is acceptable even to a tech park. And then you have the dry waste, which is paper, plastic, metal, glass, which then goes into a certain sorting that takes place again in the campus itself at one level. And from there, then it goes to a second level, which is a material recovery facility, which is run by us. There it gets sorted into 20 different categories, and then that makes recycling possible. Because only when you sort plastic into 7 or 8 categories, paper into 5 different categories, recycling is very specific. Each category goes to a specific place for recycling. And that's how we've been able to get, for the first time, EcoWorld was recognized by GBCI and got its True Zero certification. True Zero is a very intense certification because it actually makes sure that there is data that there's just not data, but there's actually data that is validated on the ground with infrastructure and with proper processes in place. So it's a very intense system, and we are very excited that we were able to do this for EcoWorld. And this is how, the kind of details that you need to do in order to be able to be getting this kind of acknowledgement and certification. Reporting, data management, and following your waste right to the point of where it gets processed and recycled. Happy that we're not just doing this with EcoWorld, but with many other similar campuses. We are more or less doing this in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Goa, and now also in the NCR area. We'd really like Bombay to catch up a bit. So hopefully we will see more True Zero campuses or Net Zero campuses in Bombay and Mumbai and other cities as well. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to some questions.
Yeah. Thanks, Vilma. I think after this presentation, we'll have some projects here in Mumbai also of True Waste certification, which you said is a very intense certification. What do you have to do what do you have to do to get that certification?
So the first thing is to really, when you're building anything, you plan for your food courts, you plan for your landscaping, you plan for your parking. All of that is taken care of. But somewhere waste management is one little hole somewhere in the corner. And actually the municipal solid waste rules mandates that 5% of your total built up area has to go towards waste management. And that regulation is very much ignored. So therefore, 12,000 square feet given by Brookfields for the purpose of waste management. And management of waste and disposal of waste is two different things. Disposal is landfill, management is waste coming back to you.
Again, what I asked Shravan also, and he said, they were lucky to get a client who was at the same vision. Yes. Again, here what we see is the client who was, equal stakeholder and wanted to do this thing. How did you get on board with them? Was it the client requirement, or when you spoke to them, they realized they wanted to do this? How did this entire process start?
Yeah. So luckily now there is leadership in many of these companies who are aligning with what they're talking about. So this is one such client, Brookfields. But what is interesting is that actually Brookfields inherited this from RMZ. So RMZ was the original client, and we had done this for RMZ, but we were so happy when Brookfields also welcomed it. So that alignment went on to the next party as well, and that was Brookfields.
We spoke about collaboration in our earlier session. What our speaker said, that collaboration and having the right agenda in front of you is very important. Yes. Now here what we saw was that they had a dedicated space, they had the infrastructure to do it, convert and recycle. But this is what the challenge is for a lot of entities who want to do it. They have the intention, but they are not that bigger, business in terms of investing the capital. So infrastructure becomes a challenge. What's the solution for them?
I don't think it's a challenge, because whatever the size is, you will be proportionately generating less waste. So whether it's 1 kg of waste or whether it is 1 ton of waste, the proportional infrastructure and space is there. But the intent has to be, like we talked in the morning, responsibility in the form of an action. That this is my waste, I take responsibility for it, and therefore I put in place, because if you are investing in any building, there is an investment cost. So waste management also comes at a cost, and that is what we'd like to see happen.
Okay, so when we are designing, so while we are providing all the amenities and all, this is also one thing we need to take care of. If our building is generating a waste, we have to take care of it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now awareness, we all talk about waste management, whether it is residential building, how our waste is going to get disposed of, etc. We talk about reuse, recycle, repurpose. How do we bring in together the awareness? One is the awareness from commercial to residential to the general public. How do we create that and bring these things that we talk about, triple R's.
Yes.
How do we actually put that in practice?
You know, so I mean, we've seen the kind of advertising that is there in any sector, any brand, and for sure the real estate sector also has massive advertising. We would like to see that advertising includes things like we have we are a True Zero certified entity, or we've put in place composting. We've put in place whether it is even rainwater harvesting. But we don't want to see it so small. We wanted to see it on billboards.
Right.
So we have to change behaviors. We want to see advertising budgets being in proportion to the size of the problem. The problem is big.
Right. Change in behaviors, change in mindset, and change the way we treat our waste.
Yes.
Any questions from our speaker here? Because we want to see Mumbai also on that.
Yeah, we'll be very happy. if
Screen very soon.
We are ready for Mumbai if Mumbai is ready for us. And I know Mumbai has a lot of waste and a lot of landfills
Right,
and burning. So you can definitely address it.
Any questions for our speaker? So I think they all are managing their waste very well.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
They all want to connect with her offline and take all those elaborate questions because they know they will get descriptive answers from your end in a very detailed manner. Thank you so much. Give it up for Miss Wilma, ladies and gentlemen, over here.